And welcome everyone tuning in to the Breakout Racing League stream. I am your host, Arabian Killerak, filling in for our GOAT, greatest of all time, commentator Mitchie, as he won't be here with us for this race, but I am going to take over. So today we are at Misano, Italy for round 6 of the BRL ACC Championship track that contains 16 turns. One very long pit lane, well, not as long as Spa, but still has some length to it. And the infamous triple apex, composed of turns 11, 12, and 13, which might prove to be difficult for some, but we will see. So we will be carrying out the race in a sprint format. We will start with a 30-minute qualifying session, which should start momentarily. And that will be carried with a 30-minute stint for race 1 and 45 minutes for race 2. So now I must indicate that this is my very first stream as main commentator. So please bear with me as I try to do my best, giving you some great entertainment from our drivers here today. So I'm going to go through the Drivers' Championship standing quickly. My apologies, I don't have them available on screen as I'm using my Xbox. I don't know, someone can just buy me a computer already if they can convince my wife. So, all right, enough with the jokes. So we have our championship leader, Calzoner, with 187 points. Radicus in second. He won't be joining us today, unfortunately, but he is in second place with 157 points. Mr. Robot with 142. Ishigo with 138. Cameron with 133. And our BRL owner, Skep E, or Skep Bro, as you like to call him himself on Discord, with 128 points. Nave, as Mitchie would call him, or Nava, with 121 points. NZL Ryan with 106 points, Gucci Lucci with 88 points, and Warden, aka the Big Chungus, with 86 points to round up the top 10. And for our Constructor Championship standings, we've got the German automaker Audi with a huge margin of 458 points, and Porsche following up with 316 points. McLaren in third with 276 points. Lexus with a very close fourth with 271 points. Ferrari also not too far behind with 262 points. BMW also close with 242 points. Mercedes in 7th with 144 points. And Bentley and Nissan rounding up our standings with 71 and 13 points respectively. I believe squiggly name 54 is the only driver for Nissan, so that would explain the 13 points. But okay, and now enough for the numbers. Let's dive in here with our driver grid for today. I believe we have just over 20, about 20 drivers. There are a couple that were tentative listed in the check-in. And you'll notice there will be no safety car. As in the main and only commentator for today. So, pretty sure Skeppy doesn't even allow safety cars in these sprint races. Anyways, so we have BRL Skeppy, squiggly name, Gert, Gucci Lucci. We have Redeemer, TTM John, Mr. Robot, Warden, Rutski, who's joining us, I believe, for the first time, and New Zealand Ryan, Nava. We've got Stolowski coming back this week, Ishigo, Botch Gerbil, Cole Carnival, Calzoner, our championship leader. We've got Sprightly, BRL Wrath, Palm Tree coming back this week, and Brembo. So there's a nice little 20 driver grid for you guys out there. So don't have any laps put in yet, as we just started first couple of minutes of qualifying here. But let's take a look to see who might be our first couple drivers here about to pass. I believe Nava might be crossing here. Let's see if he's going to post a time. Nope, that's going to be his outlap. But we have Calzoner with a 134.98. Wow. And Team John here, it's 3/10, just under 3/10 behind. Ishigo also posting a time of just over 8/10 behind Calzoner. And let's see if we have anybody else coming in. Mr. Robot, and that would be his quali lap. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting with the 2 sprint races. Oh, Rutski just coming in, 2nd and 0.7 behind. Bear with me here as I'm just trying to figure out how to change some of the camera views. Just bear with me here. Sorry about that. There you go. That's much better. My apologies. Just trying to figure out the kinks here. Of course, Michi already has all this figured out, as he is the greatest of all time. One of the greatest of all time. I feel every time I say that I'm not really being fair to Axe, because he did commentate some of the seasons and did a great job. But as we'll see here, TTM John. Oh, and now we got BRL Wrath posting a 134.56. So Calzoner is being pushed down there all the way to 4th. And TTM John in 2nd. We've got a couple more times coming in. Redeemer in P5. Botch Turtle P6. He will be returning to the pits. Cool Carnival in P8. Or actually P9. Oh, a little bit of a bounce there from Cool Carnival. Sure that's not what he wanted, but Palm Tree currently in P10. Stolowski seems like he's going out for another lap. And Rutski posting, seems to me, probably a 136.6, and Brembo a little bit off pace with about 5-second gap. Sorry, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger for you guys here. Trying to maximize the view. So, Mr. Robot now posting the fastest lap at 134.4. And I was told that the previous season pole lap, I think, was a 133, so I'm not sure if we're going to see that today, but maybe not with the change in the BOP, but nonetheless, a 134.4 is quite a fast lap, but we are far from being done. So Mr. Robot here just close to finishing his lap here, heading into the last couple turns. believe there's a couple more drivers here trying to improve their times. We have Sprightly coming in at P12, Gert P14. A couple new lap times there. Still about 5 drivers that have yet to post times, but I'm sure that'll be happening soon. So let's take a look here if there's anybody else that's coming down the line. Probably not yet. Oh, Mr. Robot improving to 134.25. Mr. Robot, you are a beast. But the most important is Calzoner will be looking to extend his championship lead, as Radicus is not here to defend his second place, so we might have some changes in that standings. Like I said, Ishigo with 138 and Cameron with 133, so make sure to keep an eye on those 2 drivers. I'm not sure if Cam is going to be joining us today either. I know he's listed as tentative, so this could be Ishigo's time to shine. Ishigo improves to just under 4 tenths behind Mr. Robot. And BRL Wrath keeping P2 for now. Let's take a look here if there's anybody else coming through. Calzoner only 7 tenths off Mr. Robots' lap. See if Watch Dribble improves. P8. So just under 20 minutes to go in our qualifying session. Like I mentioned, this will be our only qualifying to set the grid for both races 1 and 2. So most drivers will try and do their best to gain the highest position and compete in both races. I believe someone went back to the pits. I'm not sure if that's Nava here. We've got a car that's off. Warden went off just after start of sector 2. Sure, he will be going out for another one. Calzone are now up to a P2 with a 134.497. Really close to Mr. Robot's time there. I'm sure Mr. Robot will potentially look to keep an eye on Calzoner. And let's see who else we have coming through. I believe Rutsky is on a... Oh, I'm not sure if actually that is what it would be. I know 20... I think Wrath will be on a lap here. Got a little bit of couple guys following just a little bit off pace, but that's okay. Because we all know that these top 10 guys are aliens. Well, I'm not sure if that's the definition of alien. I know there's a couple guys that would probably like to differ, but I am nowhere near those times. I would probably be posting a 137, but that's just wishful thinking on my part. So, looking at the teams also lined up. Oh, I guess we have Squiggly Name posting a time, or... Sorry, just give me 1 second here. Not sure who that was, but we'll quickly take a look at Gucciolucci. Moving up to P12. Well done on him. And Stolowski improving to a P8, only 1 second behind Mr. Robot. Looks like we might also have Botch Gerbil moving up to P7. And I believe BRL Rathmite coming through for another time. Will he improve? No, he will not. Calzoner, look at that, coming up just by just under 7/100ths of a second behind Mr. Robot. So Calzoner putting in the sweat. My fellow Canadian comrade. Actually forgetting how many Canadians we have on in this league. I'm not sure if that's we have a couple for sure, but Calzone returns to the pits there. Might have a couple more coming. I think Palm Tree looking to improve off his 1.6 seconds off pace. Getting it a little bit nice and just goes a little bit wide. Oh. Probably invalidated that one, as we saw Ryan going back to the pits there. We might have Gucciolucci here trying to improve off his 1.5. And he does. A couple tenths improvement to P11. Let's keep up here. We've got a couple more guys coming through. Was it 14? I'm not sure if Ishigo. I think Ishigo's gone up a couple. And BR Wrath probably also looking to improve, and he does not. Well, that might be his own. I'm not sure. Driver number 92, BRL Skeppy. Currently 7/10ths off of Mr. Robot's time. And improves just by a couple tenths, but will not make him improve spots. But still plenty of time to go. Under 14 minutes to go now in the only qualifying session, sorry. With pretty much all 20 drivers posting a time except for Warden. And I believe this might be his chance here. One of the 4 Audi drivers composing the team, and posts 1.5 seconds off, currently in P14. Well done. Although I'm sure he is definitely looking to improve on that. So we'll keep an eye on him. Squiggly name, maybe looking to improve as well. Does not, stays in P19. And looks like we might have a couple more drivers staying on the track. Skeppy letting his fellow teammate Ishigo by, waving, telling him please go ahead. Now, for you who don't know, this was supposed to be a wet race, but Skeppy decided to change it since it is a very technical track. Oh, actually, look, TTM John now improving to 1.3419, taking over Mr. Robot's time just by 5/100ths. Wow. Well done, sir. I'm sure Mr. Robot is going to go and try and get that back from him. Calzoner's only 1/10 behind. Starting to really tighten things up here for the top 4 and 5. TTM John now back to the pits. Mr. Robot looking to warm up his tires. Gonna have a hot lap from him coming up real soon. And I believe Calzoner will be doing the same as well. So we will be having some post-qualifying interviews. We have a couple drivers that were interested. So we will try and see. Hopefully they might be in the top. They might be in a good position. With just 10 minutes now to go. Stolowski taking over Botch Turbo's P8 or P7, so still not the end here for Stolowski in the BMW. And we're going to go back to Mr. Robot, who's on a hot lap, as well as Calzoner. We'll look to beat TTM John John's time of a 1:34.19. What else do we have here? Someone's not sure if that Warden here had an incident off the pit main straight, but let's go back and take a look. It should go BRL Wrath not improving on theirs. We will have Calzoner now coming through and seeing if he can improve on his 1/10 off of TTM John John's. Not quite. Mr. Robot now looking to back to see if he can get P1 back. No. But it is not over yet. Redeemer also looking to improve. Not much from him. Stolowski, will we see Stolowski? Oh, improves, but not by much. Keeps his P7. And Gucci Lucci will improve as well, but also just keeping it in P11. So, finally looking at some more solidified times. We've got a couple of the backpack here. Brembo, squiggly name, improving a little bit, just a little bit off at a 138, 137 for squiggly name, which is our only amateur driver today, but he has just joined us with our ACC league, so welcome squiggly name. And Palm Tree improving to a P10. And BRL Wrath now in P2 with only just under 4 100ths off. A little bit of oversteer from him, but I'm sure he's quite content with the P2, so hopefully he gets to hang on to that. Calzoner now in P4. I think TTM John might also be on a hot lap. And Mr. Robot going to go back to the pits. Maybe change his tires, change his setup quite just to see if he can get that pole back. Provisional pole back. Because it's not over yet. So if anybody has any predictions for our poll, it's looking, TTM John John's looking pretty promising with the 134.19. Feel free to put your predictions in the chat, as well as your race predictions if you are so bold. I'm gonna go back with Calzoner here. See if he improves, taking this triple apex, the infamous triple apex. Takes it quite nice, going around the hairpin, and no, he will actually pull out. Squiggly name, I think, had an incident and went back to the pits there, so Not sure what's happening. Skeppy improving to P5, only 2/10 off DTM John's time. I'm sure he's happy to be as close as he can, but we all know Skeppy, he's not going to quit just yet. So, Palm Tree now up to a P8. My fellow fantasy driver. And thank you for racing today and not dipping out, staying with your PC league. Botched Turbo with a P9 now, so good for him. Another BMW in the top 10. 3 BMWs now in the top 10 that he has posted his time. So we've got 2 McLarens, TTM John, BRL Wrath, rounding off the front row as of now. Does not improve. Mr. Robot's warming his tires, so we might see another attempt from him. Stolowski going back to the pits. Just under 5 minutes to go, so this is where we're really going to start seeing some drivers taking their last couple chances at getting pole position for our races, for our sprint races today. Kind of shocked to see Warden P15 though. I'm not sure quite if he's going to try and get a little bit faster there. Look, Ryan's looking, it has improved to P9, I believe. And still no change from the front as car number 24. DTM John just coming off here. I think he's letting Coal Carnival by. Boom is currently in P16. Another underrated driver to keep our eyes on. But it's not over yet. Let's take a look now. We've got Girth, Palm Tree, and Redeemer going to be crossing the line soon, looking to improve. Take a look to see Improve Sprightly getting out of the way there. Improving from his P12. Improves, but still stays there. In P12, Palm Tree, I do not believe improved. Still in P8. TTM John is back on track. Let's see, improves. Keep an eye on him, and Calzoner may look to improve here. Let's see if he can crack the top 3, and no, he does not. Watch Durable as well. It stays in P10, so under 2.5 minutes to go in our qualifying session. Our top 3 drivers, top 7, all on track, going to be looking to have one last attempt, or perhaps maybe 2 last attempts. We'll have Redeemer up next, crossing the line. Finishing his lap here, goes a little bit wide on the exit. He improves but stays in P14. We've got TTM John coming through as well. Will he improve? No, he will not. He will stay with his 134.2. We've got Ryan as well. Our other Audi driver, improves to P8, pushing Palm Tree back. And Palm Tree's in the pits, so Palm Tree might actually be Sticking with his P9. And Calzoner also coming by. Will he improve? No, he will not. But also Skeppy looking to improve on his lap. Currently two tenths back. Will he improve on his? No, he will not. Looking like it's pretty solid. Ladies and gentlemen, this might be the prospective top 10. I think we might have a couple more goes here from your drivers. Crossing the line. We've got 20 seconds to go. Root ski. Also looking to improve. Not quite. But we are going to go back to our provisional pole position driver. Currently sitting with the fastest lap of 134.197. And he will stay with the 134.7. And I'm not sure if Wrath is going to try and beat the very short margin of 4 off. Oh no, he goes off! Wrath, no! And Mr. Robot crossing the line does not improve. Ugh. Little bit dramatic there for Wrath, just unable to improve. Will Calzoner improve at all? No, not quite. And with the Quan Skeppy going through as well. See if he improves past his 2 tenths. And improves but stays in P5. So ladies and gentlemen, here is your pole position driver, TTM John, taking it here in Misano. And Wrath in P2. Very, very close by with just under 4 100ths. Mr. Robot with 5 100ths in P3. Calzoner in P4. Skeppy in P5. Ryan in P6. Ishigo P7. Stolowski P8. Palm Tree P9. Redeemer P10 to round up the top 10. And we have Botch Dribble P11. Nava in P12. Gert P13. Warden, Gucci Lucci, Cole Carnival, Sprightly, Rootski, Squiggly Name, and Brembo, rounding up your starting grid. So we will look at inviting, I think we had, let's see, I got to take a look at my list again. My apologies. Let's get Skeppy here in for a post-qualifying interview. And there he is, our BRL director and owner, Skeppy, finishing in P5, only just under 2 tenths behind TTM John. So, Skeppy, talk us through what happened. I thought you might actually beat TTM John, but not quite, I guess. Fair enough. Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, good luck to you, sir. P5 looking pretty comfortable. So, what do you think? What do you think our podium is going to be? Are you going to get in there, or are you just going to? I know. Yep, for sure. All right, good luck to you, sir. All right, so there was Skeppy's post-qualifying interview sitting in a top 5 after posting just 2/10 behind TTM John. So once again, Cal Zoner, your championship leader, in first place, and Ishigo in P3. As I mentioned, Radicus won't be with us, so Ishigo currently in P7, and Cam unfortunately did not look like he made it, so definitely going to have some battling going on with our top 10 drivers, and I'd like to see Warden actually and a couple other guys see if they can make it back up. But so now going, I'm going to change my view here quick.
Green light.
Oh, my apologies. Let's see TTM John Kids in backside. We are underway. Sorry about that. Goes on the inside. Will keep, and Wrath is going to stay in P3 or P2. Robot in P3. Calzone trying to make a move on the inside on Mr. Robot, but just not quite getting there. BRL Skeppy. No, BRL Skeppy just staying in the pits. Oh, no. Ishigo keeping his P7. Looking like it's Stolowski also trying to get around Ryan. Ryan is actually now in P6. And Palm Tree looking to actually make a move. Oh, goes a little bit off track of Ryan. And there's almost 3 wide going off the first hairpin here. Almost makes contact with Stolowski. Let's go back to TTM John getting away from Wrath. Robot very, very close top 3. Calzoner really far, just right behind here. And we have Ishigo's following close by. Ryan dropping back a couple positions. I'm not sure what happened there. Stolowski far behind, but, or no, Stolowski actually started leading Palm Tree and Ryan. Nava up in P9. Cole Carnival P10. Not too far behind. Let's go back and see Mr. Robot still following close by. And Ishigo just right behind Calzoner. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, your top 5 just all within almost a second of each other. So Ishigo might be making a move here. Stolowski, and that was almost 4 wide almost. We're looking at Stolowski and Nava. And Palm Tree, oh, Stolowski in the late braking just pulls right through. Nava falling behind Ryan. And Ryan is going to hold on. We might have seen another move here. Redeemer's not too far behind as well, but Ryan is actually defending quite well. Going to keep track of your back 10 as well. Gucci Lucci P13, I believe, squiggly name. Gert, Rutsky P16, and Warden. Warden is slightly off there. Sprightly. Skeppy just back away in P19. Unfortunately, Brembo seems to be probably having some issues as well. Back in the pits. Not sure if there's some damage from him, but TTM John going to stay in P1, as well as Wrath and Robot rounding up our top 3, but we may still have a little bit of a battle with Ishigo not too far behind in P5. Palm Tree seems to have pulled away a little bit there for the battle for P6. Ryan following Stolowski, and also Redeemer. Nava right in the back of Redeemer now. I'm not sure it's the 2 Lexuses are going to battle to stay in the top 10. Botch Dribble also very close by to Nava. Nava going off, and Botch Dribble is going to say thank you off the main straight. Oh, Nava's not going to be happy. He's going to take that one back. Cole Carnival also right behind Nava. Oh, and Cole Carnival almost. Great awareness from him. Not bad, not bad. Gonna go back, see Gucci Lucci. Cole Carnival also still right behind Nava. Gucci Lucci having a great view of this battle. Gonna try and see if he can also get in. And let's see if Cole Carnival here. Yes, makes his way, but a little bit late on the braking. Gonna see if he can turn in. Nava's probably gonna try and squeeze ahead, which he does. But let's not count Cole Carnival out. Going on the other hairpin turn, we have somebody that's off. Mr. Robot is off. No. Oh no. Oh, Mr. Robot. Something happened to Mr. Robot. Now falling many places behind. Calzone's going to say thank you. Palm Tree up now to P4. What is happening? Ishigo's off. No, Ishigo. Oh no, what happened there? I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that triple apex is already taking some victims. We have a little bit of a shuffle here as Ishigo made a mistake and falling a couple positions. Will look to make a move on Ryan. The two Audi drivers, I think that looks like it might be team orders. Ryan's telling Ishigo to go by. But keep an eye on Palm Tree now, just right behind Calzoner. Palm Tree, who qualified in P8 and now up 4 positions in P4. And once again, Mr. Robot looking to make some places back. Now he's fighting for P10, it seems. I'm not sure if there's a mistake. There's 4 of them now battling. You got Nava, Butch, Dribble, and Cole Carnival. Oh. Not sure if Robot has a little bit of contact with Botch Dribble and Nava. Mr. Robot's going to be careful trying to go back. Nava's going to try and take it on the inside of Cole Carnival. And, oh, a little bit late. There's a little bit of contact and Cole Carnival just a little bit off. Botch Dribble still in the fight as well. And Mr. Robot roll the way behind, but he's keeping sights here. Wow. I cannot believe it. This is the first time I've seen this many drivers battling at all places. Botch Dribble and Cole Carnival has contact now. Botch Dribble going to squeeze ahead. Mr. Robot's also going to try and see if he can gain a position here. Cole Carnival probably not happy with that. Going to cut on the inside here and on the main straight. Finally a little bit of relief. BRL Wrath back now. Less than 1 second off of TTM John. And Brembo is just heading TTM John. I believe that was from after his pit stop. Unfortunately for him, I'm sure he's wishing he didn't. Oh, Brembo goes a little bit off there. Gonna let TTM John go through and BRL Wrath, as well as Calzoner's a little bit further behind, but Palm Tree is just behind with half a second off Calzoner in the Porsche. And that is the only Porsche in the top 10, so I'm sure he's hoping that Gucci Lucci is gonna make a couple tracks. We still have a battle ahead with Mr. Robot. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just trying to keep track here, but holy smokes. Botch Dribble looks like Nava, looks like he pulled ahead out of that battle, but we still have 3 drivers. Oh, I think that was Cole Carnival, was just in the back of Botch Dribble. No, there's contact and Botch Dribble goes off! No! And Cole Carnival as well is just a little bit off there. Oh. No. Oh, what a disaster. Cole Carnival with the contact. I'm not sure if he has a little bit of damage, but Bob Turbo is probably not happy. Falling very far behind. I believe he's in, seems to be P17, I think. Oh, such drama on the first couple laps. Palm Tree, a little bit off there. And Stolowski actually takes over P4. I'm not sure if there was some traffic with Brembo ahead, but wow. Ishigo now trying to hang on to P6. Ryan is very close by. We have another battle here with Gucci Lucci and Gert. Throwback Kalami, round 1 of this season. Cole Carnival in P15, so definitely a couple things that happened to them in that battle for 10, but looks like Nava and Mr. Robot will stay in the back of the bottom 10, or sorry, the bottom 5 of the top 10. And I'm gonna go back to C here. Gert and Gucci Lucci. Gucci Lucci just making a little bit of a move. We also have Rutski here. Looks like battling with Skeppy, who I think started from the pit lane. Oh, a little bit of some understeer from Rutski. Gonna be losing. Oh, we have some contact with Squiggly Name. Oh no, and a little bit again. Oh. Oh, that's, yeah, that's, I'm not sure if that's probably just a rookie mistake from Squiggly Name, but I'm sure Rutski is just not going to be happy with that. Going to be losing some crucial time here to get back in the fight. Skeppy is going to be happy pulling away and try to now focus on making a move on Warden, who's in P16. Let's go back up to our top 5. TTM John getting some of that spa driving. Very impressive from him. But your McLaren will be rounding off your P1 and P2 positions. Wrath as well, Calzoner, Stolowski, Palm Tree, Ishigo, Ryan, Redeemer, Nava, and Mr. Robot rounding your top 10 here. So, 10 minutes in, and we've had some drama. Gert and Gucci Lucci now battling for that P11 position. And we also have Cole Carnival and Sprightly. I believe Cole Carnival made his way through the Bentley driver. And we also have a close battle with Warden and Skeppy. So Skeppy has caught up. So I'm sure he's loving the driver the setup that he told us that he upgraded to. So we will keep an eye on him. Sorry about that, just my mic telling me that it's about to die in less than 10 minutes, so just had to plug it in, make sure that I don't lose you guys there. Warden go a little bit wide, so Skeppy's going to get a little bit more with the slipstream, going to maybe make a move off the next hairpin, going down the outside here. Warden going to protect the inside, and no, not quite. Warden's going to keep that P16 for now. Skeppy's still following really close by. Oh, the two Audi drivers are just going at it right now. Let's take a look to see if who's going to make it through the triple apex. Oh, Skeppy's going to go down the inside. And oh, and Warden pulls out. I think we've had some team orders there telling, okay, you can go ahead, sir. Let's now take a look at Nava, Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot in P8. So trying to claw his way back after being in the top 3. Nava looking about a couple tenths behind, so I'm sure Lexus driver is not going to give up. I'm just noticing Mr. Robot is the only Ferrari driver on the grid today, so interesting. I believe, yeah, usually a DJ Brundlefly Oh, I think Brembo has DNF'd, unfortunately. We'll keep an eye on him to see if he comes back on track, fixing any damage, but it's looking like a DNF, unfortunately. So Brembo going to... Not sure his status, but not looking too good. Ishigo, Ryan, Palm Tree looking like a fight for P5. Ishigo catching real close here to Palm Tree. Ishigo's going to go a little bit wide. Ishigo now has the outside right behind Palm Tree. Palm Tree's not giving up. Very well recovery there. Ishigo's still a little bit behind. Not going to give that slipstream to Ryan, his fellow teammate. And Ryan now half a second behind. So ladies and gentlemen, we have a battle for P5. We still have a battle for P11. And that might be it for now. After the drama we had in the back with Squiggly Moon and Cole Carnival, but Cole Carnival now looking to make a move off Sprightly for P13, and Cole Carnival is just going to go down the outside, going to try and go in. Sprightly overshoots a little bit, and Cole Carnival's going to say thank you, but actually Sprightly's not quite done, going to try and stay in. But the master himself, Cole Carnival, says thank you. I'll take the P13 and make my way back. Ishigo hanging on to... Oh, it looks like we had a mistake from Palm Tree. Palm Tree now in P7. Uh-oh. Hopefully it was not too bad, because I have him in my my fantasy, so please... Please do well, Palm Tree. I beg you. Warden dropping to P18, but catching up to Squiggly Name. We still have a battle here with Gucci Lucci and Gertz. Going to keep an eye on that. Mr. Robot now catching up to Palm Tree. So Mr. Robot showing the pace of trying to make his way back for a podium. So ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye on Mr. Robot, because he is not done yet. Gonna go back to Sprightly here. Sprightly has not given up on his fight with Cole Carnival. Just about a second behind. Cole Carnival goes a little bit wide. This might be Sprightly's chance to make up a little bit of time here. Warden also catching up to Squiggly Name. Oh, and we have our first drive-through for Warden for exceeding track limits, unfortunately. So he will have 3 laps to complete. Or I believe he faces a penalty. So, unfortunately for him, it's probably going to be not the result he wanted, as he'll be quite further back the pack. BRL Skeppy now in P16, so our league owner and director is slowly making his way back with that setup that he mentioned, so good to see that he's trying to get back up there. Sprightly still trying to catch up to Cole Carnival. We've have Gucci Lucci and Gertz still battling for P11. And not much changes for our P5 battle. Robot is now right behind Palm Tree. So we'll keep an eye on that. But I'm going to go back to your race leader here, TTM John. Not sure if we can get his official time. No, it won't actually tell me, but that's okay. I'm sure he's posting somewhere around 136 maybe. I don't know. Warden is serving his drive-through, so almost about done, just over halfway. Rutsky's going to overtake on the straight. Mr. Robot's still looking to make a move on Pomtree. Goes down the inside. Pomtree's going to give him the space, and Mr. Robot pulls through on the Ferrari, beating Pomtree for P6. So, or sorry, P7. Nice move by Robot, but Pomtree's not going to be done yet. He's going to take a look at potentially. Oh, man, that's a little bit of a mistake by Robot. Robot's off, and Pomtree's going to get back into P7. Oh no, Robot. Maybe he had a little bit of sorry, Pomtree's connection is in the very high reds, so there's times where I just swear it's like he's all over the place, but nonetheless, keep going, Pomtree. Mr. Robot gonna try and make up for that mistake off the straight there. Ryan still not far behind from Ishigo. Probably some team orders there. Calzoner has made it up to P2, so probably a mistake from Wrath, or caught up to Wrath. So ladies and gentlemen, your championship leader now in P2, looking to score some major points, and leading only by 7 seconds off TTM John. So with less than 10 minutes to go, will we see a move? I am daring anybody in the chat, anybody's looking to make a prediction, if Calzoner is going to catch up to TTM John, yes or no? BRL Wrath still in P3. Stolowski not too far behind. Ishigos in P5. Ryan P6. Pomtree in P7. Robot really close behind P8. Nava in P9. Redeemer in P10. Gucci Lucci P11. Gert 12. Cole Carnival P13. Sprightly in P14. Botch Turbo, Skeppy, Squiggly Name, Rutsky, and Warden. So I do believe Brembo did DNF, so unfortunately for him, he's going to be out for this race, but will be joining us for straight to Pomtree. Oh, Pomtree, what is happening? It almost seems like Australia is... Yeah, it just makes it seem like Australia is such a far place from us. Although Ryan has a decent connection, so nonetheless, he will keep defending that P7. Calzoner losing a couple of tenths off of TTM John, so TTM John making a pass, back marker Warden, and Stolowski gets a drive-through for track limits. Oh no, and here he goes, he will be serving that penalty. So ladies and gentlemen, we might actually have a little bit of a shuffle here for your top 10. Stolowski probably going to be dropping several positions, serving that very long pit lane drive-through. Redeemer now the next driver to pass him. Robot still half a second behind Pomtree for which is now P6 after Stolowski in the pits for exceeding track limits. Calzoner 8.5 seconds behind TTM John, so Calzoner is going to have to step it up if he wants to take over, but with less than 7 minutes left, he is in a comfortable P2, only with BRL Wrath 2 seconds behind, less than 2 seconds behind him, and Ishigo with 3 points, or 3.6 plus 5, so yeah, over 5 seconds. behind Calzone. So let's go back and take a look here at Mr. Robot following close behind Palm Tree. Oh, gets a little bit close here. Gonna try and see if the Ferrari can make a move off the Porsche next couple turns. Palm Tree keeping it good here through. Doesn't go too far off. But just enough to keep Mr. Robot at bay. And Gucci Lucci has taken over Gert for P10. Okay, so might be a slight mistake from Gert in the McLaren. So now there's 2 Porsches in the top 10. Of course, after the BMW driver Stolowski serving that drive-through, but finding himself in P14, so not too bad. Gonna have Sprightly just up ahead. Sprightly and Cole Carnival still within half a second of each other, so Sprightly's not giving up. Oh, a little bit of a mistake, but he'll be making back on the track. Mr. Robot again. And did we? Oh, I'm confused. I thought there was... I'm not sure if we've lost somebody. Somebody disconnected. Interesting. Sorry about that. I seem to be off there for a second, so... Calzoner! What happened to Calzoner? No! Calzoner disconnects and loses out on his P2. His ping is through the roof. Oh no! Disaster for the BMW driver. Disconnects and loses, and now will have to wait in the pits. Currently in P16. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe this has happened. And another drive-through here being given to Rutsky for track limits in the Mercedes. So unfortunately for him, we'll have to lose some time. Squiggly name in the back there. It looks like we have a slow driver. Is that, well, Warden I think is letting the battle for P5 by. Wow, I can't believe it. That's I'm sure that's not at all what Calzoner wanted. So, but ladies and gentlemen, this is why we have 2 races. So opportunity for some of these drivers to cut their losses and try again in the longer second race. Rutsky serving his drive-through. Warden pitting. Oh, not sure why he's pitting, but maybe he needs to fix some damage? I'm not too sure. Stolowski now has caught up to Sprightly and Cole Carnival for the battle for P11. So we'll keep an eye on that. Gucci Lucci and Gert now chasing Redeemer in P8, and we also still have Mr. Robot chasing Palm Tree. So we now have 3 battles to keep an eye on for the last 2 minutes of the race 1. So very interesting stuff here to keep track of. Mr. Robot trying to gain some time off Palm Tree, and the hairpin. Oh, Palm Tree is going to stop a little bit too early, but Robot is going to be careful and try to keep it there. Ishigo now moving up to P3 after the disconnect from Calzoner. I not sure if I don't think Calzoner is going to be out. So unfortunately, Calzoner will DNF this one as well. Warden has DNF'd as well. So we now only have 17 drivers. And here we go. The message from the in-game race director saying TTM John Don is now on his final lap. So this will be the final lap for the grid. BRL Wrath in second place, 11.4 seconds behind TTM John. So Ishigo following very close by BRL Wrath for P2. And gonna go back to our battle. Gert has taken over Kuchi Lucci's P9, but they're still following the Lexus in Redeemer very close by. Let's go back and take a look at our battle with Stolowski. Sprightly. Stolowski's going to be looking at making a move off Sprightly off the inside, and it almost touches him. Oh, Stolowski in the BMW trying to make a last lap move off Sprightly in the Bentley, and he's not done. No, he has to start that with Sprightly, and Sprightly is off. Oh, controversy for P11. Oh, we also have Watch Gerbil also squeezes by, and I think that was BRL Skeppy saying, thank you, I'm going to take that P13 from you. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea if Sprightly... That is a really unfortunate racing incident. But let's go back on our... And there you go, we have TTM John winning race 1. BRL Wrath is going to finish in P2 ahead of Ishigo in P3. Ryan finished at P4, and close battle between Palm Tree will remain the same with P5 and P6. Nava finishes in P7. Redeemer now looking to finish up ahead of Gert. Gert is very close behind, but it won't be enough as Redeemer will take P8. Gert and Gucci Lucci in P9 and P10 will round up your top 10 drivers. And we also have Cole Carnival crossing the line as well. Stolowski for 11, 12, 13. Pirel Skeppy in 14. Sprightly finishes 15th after that contact with Stolowski. Squiggly name going to try and finish up here in P16 as the bottom 4 drivers, Rutsky, Warden, Calzoner, and Brembo, will finish in the pits after DNFing. So, yes, Calzoner, that was very, very unfortunate. I am very sorry for you. That was not what we thought was going to happen. But on to race 2 now. Let's see if we can get Ishigo for a quick post-race interview. Taking P3 in race 1. Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to talk. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, your third place driver for race 1, Ishigo, in the Audi. Talk us through that very stressful race. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. You guys are even now. uh, Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sure the P3 for race one will help you with the championship a little bit, and thank you for improving my fantasy once again. All right, well, good luck to you in race two, and yeah, we'll see where everyone gets off there. Good luck. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was Ishigo finishing 3 places up from P6 after a very dramatic race one here at Misano. Race two actually taking place a little bit later, so we might have ourselves a little bit of a night race near the end, as this race will actually last a little bit longer with 45 minutes. Once again, to round out your top um, oh, sorry, just give me 1 second here. I'm just trying to go back to the pits, but I don't know why it won't let me. Oh, there you go. So, TTM John, Wrath, Robot, Skeppy, Ryan, Ishigo, um, and Stolowski, Palm Tree Redeemer, Botch Durable running in the top 10 for our qualifying. So TTM John going to look at starting here right beside BRL Wrath, and here we go. And we have two drive-throughs. Oh, for speeding, for position on the start, TTM John's going to take Wrath here. And Robot's trying to make a move on the inside of BRL Wrath and the Ferrari. And BRL Skippy's not too far behind. We also have Ryan trying to make a move, but Wrath's going to keep off to that P2 in the McLaren. So the top two McLaren drivers staying on their positions. And we had a couple drivers not sure what's going on. Warden still far behind. And we had two drivers. And we also caught out Squiggly Name and Calzone. No, in the back. Oh, no. Oh, what is happening? Oh, it's Calzoner. No. Disaster for Calzoner. Championship leader. Disconnects in race one and now gets in a incident here just at turn 4 and 5. Now find themselves at the back of the pack. Warden and I think Calzoner is going to go back to the pits as he is behind or stuck actually on the hairpin, but I'm not too sure why. Squiggly Name and Sprightly both have drive-throughs for position on the start, so I'm not too sure exactly why that happened, but I know we've experienced glitches before, and there you go. Unfortunately, we have Calzoner disconnecting from the lobby. Right ahead, we have Squiggly Name and Gucci Lucci. Gucci Lucci trying to make a move off Squiggly Name, and going to use a little bit more of that Porsche power to make it by the Nissan. And Cole Carnival just right behind as well. Such heartbreak for Calzoner. I think Calzoner is not happy with that at all. So TTM John now is behind Mr. Robot, so maybe a small mistake. Skeppy is going to go back through BLO Wrath. I believe that's for P4. A mistake. Ishigo is going to say, okay, I'm going through on Wrath here on the McLaren. So now we find ourselves having 3 Audi drivers almost in the top 5. Ryan's going to be right also behind Wrath and going back up to the front. Mr. Robot now leading with 7/10 ahead of GPL John. But let's keep an eye on the back because we had a really close battle here. Wrath, Ishigo, Ryan's right in the back of Wrath, and also Palm Tree in the Porsche in P7. We also have Nava in P8, but Botch Dribble's not too far behind. We have Gert rounding up the top 10. And I think we have another retirement here from another driver. I'm not sure who that was exactly, but okay. But yes, Stolowski. Oh, almost making contact with Gert there in P10. Redeemer also not too far behind Gucci Lucci and Cole Carnival in P14, P15. And Warden's going to try and catch up, as well as Sprightly in P17. So, ladies and gentlemen, what a chaotic first opening lap here. I don't even know. This is a track that does not disappoint for this type of stuff. So I'm glad that you guys are having us on it. Ryan's going to go a little bit wide here in Palm Trees. Oh, and a little bit of contact with Ryan and Palm Tree. Ryan's a little bit off, but I'm going to keep on the track, but Palm Tree's going to go by. And I'm really not too sure why I can't get... Okay, there you go. Sorry, couldn't figure out the audio there for a second. I'm not sure why we didn't, but TT and John a second behind Mr. Robot. BRL Skeppy finds himself in P3, up a couple places, as well as Ishigo in P4. And now Ryan making his way ahead of Nava. Nava is really close behind in the Lexus. Will he make a move down the inside? Nava's going to try to take the inside, but... Oh, and Ryan's going to back out. Oh, great job there by Nava to keep it tagging. Ryan, that was almost the back of Nava off the hairpin. Oh. Wow, great awareness from both drivers there. And we're going to go back up to our top two. Still about a second, another second in between the top three, and just over a second for Ishigo in P4. So ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a very, very close grid. We had a couple retirements. The disaster DNF from Calzoner after having been hit from, I believe, was Squiggly Name, and I think Squiggly Name was our other driver that retired along with Rutski. Was not able to make, or not able to start the second race. So we are now down to 17 drivers on the grid, but now 3 laps in, we still have some very close battles. Brembo here in P15, trying to catch up to Cole Carnival. So that'll be a little bit of work for him. And still no changes here to our top 10. Botch Gerbil in P9. Gert following close by. Stolowski a little bit further back and 2.5 seconds off Gert. But Redeemer is going to keep an eye on the BMW. Gucci Lucci in the Porsche in P13, and Cole Carnival looking to gain some time on Gucci Lucci to get that Lexus in another position and be closer to his teammate Redeemer. So, wow, that was a very crazy opening laps. I am sorry that I didn't get a better angle off of that, but maybe we can do the replay. Let's just take a look to see if we can try the replay. Let's see. Actually, I'm not sure if I'll be able to, because Calzoner is no longer here. And neither is Redeemer. Nah. Sorry about that. Looks like we won't be able to do that, but that's okay. I'm sure most of you have seen the chaos, as I caught it right in the last second. So, but let's get back to the action. Gert, half a second behind Botch Gerbil. Looks like we have a little bit of time here spread out. Redeemer gaining a little bit more time off Stolowski in the Lexus. So with Calzoner out, we now only have 2 BMWs on the grid, and still 4 Audis, but unfortunately Warden is all the way in P16, so. But still looking good for the championship as we have Skeppy and Ishigo in P3 and P4, and Ryan in the back in P8. Looking real close to Nava and the Lexus. Let's keep an eye on them to see if he's potentially going to make a move in the chicane. Not quite. See if he's going to gain a little bit of time, getting a little bit closer here. Going into the really strong, and brakes. Very, very close to Nava. Nava defending very well here. Good exit on both cars. And Ryan going to try and see if he can use the slipstream, but it seems the Lexus is definitely has some speed there on the straights. So Ryan's going to do his best to try and focus and possibly look for a P7. Full Carnival now in P14 and half a second. Redeemer also still close by Stolowski with 7/10 off. Stolowski has a little bit of a mistake, and Redeemer is going to get that time. Now he's on the outside, going into the triple apex. And Redeemer goes a little bit wide, but who's going to give out on the triple apex here? Stolowski goes on the inside, and Redeemer just breaks. And Stolowski goes wide, and Redeemer is going to say, thank you, I'm going to take that P11. But we are not done yet. Stolowski still a little bit close behind Redeemer. Gonna try and make a move if he can. Some oversteer here, going into the final turn. What a close battle. And here's another close battle. Gert and Botch Dribble, our third McLaren driver, rounding up the top 10. Gonna try and see if he can make another position here. Ryan's still trying to chase Nava. And Cole Carnival trying to make another position on the Porsche. And we almost have contact. With the Porsche and the Lexus. Thank goodness. Okay. Let's all take it easy here, okay? And there we go. Cole Carnival still trying to gain some time on Gucci Lucci. We're going to go back to our race leader, Mr. Robot, sitting 1.5 seconds ahead of TTM John John. So definitely probably a hiccup on TTM John John here earlier, allowing Mr. Robot to pull through, and BRL Skeppy maintaining those positions. Rath now right behind Ishigo. Very close by here. Are we going to see a move by Rath on the straight? Very close behind Ishigo. Going to use that slipstream. The McLaren's a little bit quicker than the Audis, but we're going to see who goes in it. BRL Rath. Ishigo gives him the space, and they're going into the next chicane, and BRL Rath has to go around the outside, and Ishigo is going to try and defend the next turn a little bit wide there, going into the other turn there, and Ishigo braking as late as he can. Rath's going to take the inside. Ishigo is going to keep a close eye on Rath as Rath gets another position and breaks up the Audis. Oh my goodness, Rath. What an underrated driver. This guy has been practicing all week on this course, and we actually got in a retirement, ladies and gentlemen. Stolowski telling us that his Xbox has shut off. Oh, what a disaster. That just sucks. And now look at this. Palm Tree going right by Ishigo. Ishigo is not going to give up though. Ishigo is going to try and go around the inside of the triple apex at the start, and they're going side by side in the second turn. Ishigo is going to go through, and Palm Tree is going to hang back a little bit off the third apex. Ishigo goes a little bit wide, and Palm Tree, they're going to the hairpin, and Palm Tree has the inside. Ishigo's going to try and make up back on the inside of the next turn here. Palm Tree trying to stay, and he does. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, these are my two top fantasy drivers just going head to head here for P5. And Wrath is now a little bit has pulled away a little bit from Palm Tree and Ishigo. Ishigo still trying to look to see if he can make a move, but has a little bit of oversteer. So unfortunately, he's going to back off a little bit. Ryan still trying to make a move off Nava off the inside, but Nava's protecting very well with the Lexus. Let's go back to Gert and Botch Gerbil, still looking for that P9. And we have Gucci Lucci's chasing Cole Carnival for P12. Oh, and Cole Carnival. Oh, I thought that was going to be a little bit wide there, but Cole Carnival keeps it good. Oh. And we have Brembo, Warden, and Sprightly a little bit further back, but they are still with us. Mr. Robot. Now a 2.5 second lead from our King of Spa and race winner of race 1 here at Misano, BRL Skeppy, now chasing TTM John in the McLaren, or in the Audi, only just over a second behind, so we'll need to keep an eye on that. Ryan still trying to make a move off Nava, as well as Gert on Botch Gerbil. And now Palm Tree has pitted. Oh no! Oh no, and BRL Skeppy gets a drive-through for track limits and being in P3. Oh no! What is happening? Oh. This is a disaster. Palm Tree now in last place after returning to the pits. BRL Skeppy with the drive-through. Ladies and gentlemen, this is... wow, this is not what I expected at all. Oh, and Palm Tree has retired. Oh. Well, there goes my fantasy again. 75, another one's Warden, track limits. Oh, brother. Well, I don't know what's going to happen anymore. It just seems like everything's collapsing, so if anybody has any race predictions, I would like to hear them, because at this point, it seems like anything is possible. But let's go back to Nava and Ryan. Looking like there's a little bit of space in between the drivers now. Brembo gaining some places after those retirements. P13, Warden probably going to be serving his penalty here soon, and Sprightly will probably look at moving up one space. Skippy now serving his drive-through, falling from his P3 potential podium finish to P7, and let's see where we are now. Botch Gerbil, Gert, Redeemer, Gucci Lucci, all passing Skeppy here, as well as Cole Carnival. So Skeppy gonna pull ahead of Brembo. Oh, what an unfortunate series of events. But we still have 30 minutes, so anything can happen. We have Warden serving his drive-through, and Sprightly going by saying thank you. But that is now 4 drivers, or 3 drivers that retired, now leaving us with 15 drivers left. Just under 28 minutes to go. Mr. Robot 2.8 seconds ahead of TTM John, and Wrath 4.4 seconds from Mr. Robot. So actually that seems a little bit more than 4.4 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds. Ishigo in 4th, the only remaining Audi driver in the top 10, as Skeppy has fallen all the way down to P12. But we all know Skeppy, we all know the pace he has, so I'm sure we'll see some come back with him. Nava now chasing Ishigo. Ryan's still a little bit behind, and oh, we have another one with track limits. Cole Carnival with the drive-through. So I think that'll be it for that battle. I think Gucci Lucci made his way through earlier with the Porsche, so the Lexus driver now will fall, most likely all the way in the back of the pack after receiving a drive-through for track limits. Oh my world. This is starting to be kind of like F1, where everyone's just getting track limits. 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds. But what can you do? This is Misano. It takes a lot of prisoners. Nava rounding up the closest battle right now. Or sorry, Botch Gerbil right behind Ryan. Ryan has lost a little bit of time from his battle from Nava, but Botch Gerbil's looking right behind, looking to snatch that P6, and gets a good exit here on the back. Now he'll be on the straight, but oh, Ryan actually just pulls ahead a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on Botch Gerbil for now, trying to chase down Ryan in P6. Cole Carnival has decided not to serve his drive-through right away. Nava still half a second behind Ishigo. So let's keep an eye on those. I forgot to take this off, give you guys a little bit more viewing space. Oh, Botch Gerbil just goes a little bit too wide there. Probably missed his braking point by a little bit. TTM John 3.4 second gap now to our race leader, Mr. Robot, in the Ferrari, representing his team today. And BRL Wrath has lost a little bit of time from TTM John, as well as Ishigo. But there are no mandatory pit stops, no mandatory refueling, so these drivers have probably put enough fuel, trying to look after their tires as much as they can. Nava now looking like he's almost 3/10 behind. Ishigo almost contacts the wall there, but still keeps it there. Nava's gonna try and keep an eye on him as they go through turns 3 and now heading into turn 4 and 5. Ryan still trying to catch up to Botch Gerbil. Cole Carnival less than a second behind Gucci Lucci after losing that battle for P10. And he's going to have to serve his drive-through soon, or he might end up getting a DSQ. So Brembo and the McLaren in the back still hanging on a little bit further off the pack, but Sprightly 13 seconds behind him, and Warden finishing up our... Oh, and here we go, another one. This is like the Oprah show where they're just giving out track limits to everybody. If anyone disagrees with me, you guys can go ahead and comment in the chat, but at this point, we have two drivers that possibly might be relocating to the back of the pack, unfortunately, so. Oh, Nava's made it through Ishigo. Ishigo's going to get down the inside. Nava's got to notice he's going to go down. He's going to protect. And they're going into turn 2. Ishigo's going to have a good exit off Nava. Nava's going to try to protect from the inside. And they're going into turn 5, 4 and 5. Oh, and we almost have contact again. Oh, and Nava's going to go to the line, and Ishigo's going to say thank you. Oh. Wow, what a great battle from these two drivers, the Audi and Lexus. Oh, and Ishigo makes a mistake. Nava's now only right behind Ishigo. They're going into the other hairpin. Ishigo's going to defend on the inside, and Nava's going to try to see if he can get a good exit off and cut him out. Cole Carnival now serving his drive-through, but let's go right back to that battle with Ishigo and Nava. Nava braking, trying to see if he can get a good exit off Ishigo, but Ishigo's going to defend. Cole Carnival serves his drive-through, landing himself in P13. Or P12, sorry, and Skeppy has made it ahead in P11, trailing 4 seconds behind Gucci Lucci, but we are not done here. Ishigo and Nava really going head-to-head here for P4. Nava had it down in the beginning in the first sector, and Ishigo took it back. Oh, like Nava goes over the sausage curves and gets a little bit of air there, but it's going to lose a little bit of time off Ishigo. Botch Gerbil now also behind, less than a second, and Ryan is still following. I believe Gert, yeah, Gert is also 1 point, almost just less than 2 seconds. So ladies and gentlemen, we might have ourselves a battle for P4, and we have one more retirement. I believe that was Redeemer has quit the race. Not sure why, but and Brembo being warned he has one more lap to serve his drive-through or could face a DSQ. So ladies and gentlemen, we are now down to 14. Cole Carnival has pitted, and I believe that might be a DNF from our Lexus driver, which potentially leaves Nava as the last Lexus driver on the grid to compete for points here. Warden still very much in the race, letting a couple drivers by. But now we go back to our battle for P4 as Ryan is still only 1 second behind Botch Gerbil. Gerd has came off a little bit there with 2 seconds behind Ryan. Oh, Redeemer has joined us back, so unfortunately disconnect from Redeemer probably. Oh, that is literally the worst feeling in the world. Jug, I don't know what happened to Skep. I think they're... don't quite remember what happened to Skeppy. But, oh, he got a drive-through, sorry. He got a drive-through for track limits, and now he was in P3, and then he went all the way down to P12. But he is now in P10, and I'm going to go back to the action here with Ishigo and Nava still within 1 second. Botch Gerbil 1.2 and Ryan with 1.1 seconds. BRL Skeppy now catching up to Gucci Lucci, who was being chased by Stolowski much earlier, and Stolowski's Xbox shut off unexpectedly, disconnecting him from the race, unfortunately. But Skeppy, after serving that drive-through, landing all the way down in P12, has gained himself a couple spots. And there's still less than 18 minutes to go in this race here at Misano. Nava trying to gain a position back from the Audi. And Ryan still trying to see if he can make a move off of Botch Gerbil, but Botch Gerbil's defending pretty well, so let's go back to Skeppy and Gucci Lucci here. Skeppy looking to make a move off of the Porsche, and they're going down into the turn 4. Skeppy's go down the inside and brake, and it is done. Skeppy will be in P9, and we now have our 3 drivers in the top 9 here, and Warden gaining a couple places back after his glitch start of the race in P13 as a 4th Audi driver. And now we have Nava still trying to chase down Ishigo. Mr. Robot, 18 laps done. TTM John 2.1 seconds behind our race leader, and Wrath 5 seconds behind TTM John. So still a lot of time to go. Ryan is not giving up his battle here on Botch Gerbil. And we have ourselves another retirement, and that looks to be, I think, Redeemer. I believe Redeemer is going to be the driver. Or no, not Redeemer. Oh. Gert. No, Gert! Gert's game has reportedly crashed and has taken him out of the top 10. So again, another very unfortunate ending for a McLaren. And the McLaren's now down to 3 drivers on the grid. Redeemer has gone back on track, so he will try and score some points for the Lexus team with Nava. And we have a driver that's off ahead. Oh, Warden. Sorry, my bad. So Warden has gone off track to let our little battle here between Nava and Ichigo to pursue. Ryan still keeping an eye off of Botch Gerbil, and Warden's going to go off again to let that battle go through. TTM John is now less than a second from Mr. Robot, so possible mistake from Mr. Robot here, I'm not too sure, or maybe seeing a little bit of lack of grip. We have Gert returning to the pits, but he will have to wait before he can go back on track. And now we're looking at possibly around a half a second between our first and second place driver. Oh, Mr. Robot goes a little bit further down, so TTM John now looking much closer, heading into the triple apex. Oh, Mr. Robot. Let's keep an eye on these 2 drivers here. Oh, Miss TTM John. Oh, what is happening? TTM John now very, very close behind our race leader, Mr. Robot. It's looking like Mr. Robot's car struggling just a little bit here. TTM John is very eagerly looking for that P1. We're going to go back shortly to Ryan, just very close to the BMW, sorry, of Botch Gerbil. And Nava still looking to make a move off Ishigo, but less than a second. So let's go back to our first 2 drivers. TTM John coming very close now to Mr. Robot. And Mr. Robot's off a little bit, so he's going to lose a little bit of time by being off. TTM John's going to try and go into the next hairpin around the outside. We've got an early break from Mr. Robot. TTM John's going to try and cut through the inside. Mr. Robot's a little bit off. TTM John is right behind and trailing almost probably just a tenth off of Mr. Robot. They're going inside the other hairpin, and TTM John's going to try to go to the inside, but Mr. Robot defends. And we are now heading off the back straight with heading into the triple apex with looking like 2/10 off the top two drivers. We've seen a little bit of early braking from Mr. Robot. And Mr. Robot, and there's contact. Mr. Robot's off! And TTM John immediately just waits, but I think he's going to give the position back to Mr. Robot. He will. And BRL Wrath just comes through and says, you know what, I'm going to take P1. Oh no! Disaster here for Mr. Robot, leading the race for the last almost 20-some minutes, and BRL Wrath just says, thanks guys, I'm just going to take it over from here. But we may have some damage on TTM John's car after that contact, as well as Mr. Robot, but not too sure how much, so we're going to keep an eye on that battle. BRL Wrath also trying to see if he can keep P1 here. Mr. Robot's going to say, you know what, I'm not done, man. I'm coming back. As he's following very close by BRL Wrath in the McLaren, and as well as TTM John to Mr. Robot. We're going to go quickly take a look. Nava Ishigo still battling for the top 4, and Ryan still looking to make a move off Botch Dribble for P6. BRL Skeppy on P8, Gucci Lucci on P9. Sprightly has caught up a little bit, well actually still a little bit further back, but that's okay because Brembo P11 and Warren Gert has actually made it back on track now, and Redeemer rounding off the 14 grid, the grid drivers. Sorry, I just cannot believe what just happened. That was wild, and I'm not sure what's going to happen from here because we've got just over 10 minutes to go. The track temp might be decreasing slightly a little bit, and we now have a battle for P1 with 2 McLarens and 1 Ferrari. Oh my goodness. And we take a look here. The view of TTM John trying to stay with Mr. Robot, eyeing to get back where he started, which was our pole position lead driver. Ishigo running into some traffic here with the back marker. Nava's actually pulled off a little bit. Botch Gerbil now right behind Nava, as well as Ryan, still half a second. And we're actually seeing Skeppy only 10 seconds behind. It's a little bit of a gap, but we might, there's always a possibility we might see a little bit of catching up here. Mr. Robot now a second. TT and John also now a second in between the top 3. So could be seeing a little bit of struggling from Ferrari as well as the other McLaren, as BRL Wrath is locking in and going to try to hold on to the lead here with 8 minutes left to go in race 2. And Nava going through some traffic again, as Ishigo was earlier. Botch Dribble's right behind, and Nava also right behind the back of the BMW. And they're on the main straight. But no, not enough to make a move. Botch Dribble might make a move off Nava here. He's getting really close to the back. Brembo's going to get out of the way, saying, you guys go ahead, I don't want to take away from anything. And Botch Dribble right in the back of the Lexus now. Hanging to the next turn. Trying to cut in. Nava keeps it good, doesn't make a mistake. And now going to defend on the outside. Botch Dribble in the BMW. trying to make another spot and score some big points for the only BMW on the grid, as Calzoner and Stolowski have disconnected earlier this race. Gert now being chased by Redeemer. So we have seen the pace from Redeemer, our Tier 2 champion from Season 4 in the Lexus. So we'll make sure to keep an eye on that. Watch Jerpel getting really close to the back of Nava there. Desperately looking to make a move. And we're going to quickly take a look at TTM John, as TTM John is 4/10 behind Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot going a little bit wide there off turn 3 and heading into turn 4. Going to try and see if he can get a good exit off of turn 5 again, and then heading into turn 6. As Mr. Robot is now following a little bit behind of BRL Wrath in the lead. So TTM John is not done. Watch Gerbil again, right behind the Lexus. But Lexus might be able to defend here on the straight. We have a little bit catch up. Watch Gerbil's gonna break late. That's a little bit of contact, I think. Not sure. And almost Brian's actually gonna try to make it back with the Audi. And we have a very close battle now for P5, and some defending from Nava, some weaving, and Botch Gerbil's going to try, but he cannot. Botch Gerbil right behind is going to try to go on the inside. He's very, very close to the Lexus now. Ryan's also trying to catch up. I think Botch Gerbil's losing a little bit of time. The Audi's very quick here. Nava's going to try and defend off the triple apex, and Botch Gerbil putting it all on the line here, heading into the triple turn, and we have Botch Gerbil trying to gain some time, and again he's just right behind. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is just crazy. Let's go back to our top 3. TDM John now 3/10 behind Mr. Robot, as BRL now has a 2.2 second lead over our second place driver, Mr. Robot. So Mr. Robot under serious threat now of the McLaren, and gonna go back quick for our P5 battle. Very, very close between these 3 drivers here. Ryan braking heavily into turn 4. Botch Gerbil keeping the back of the Lexus in turn 5, going into turn 6. And Skeppy again cutting down the gap to 5 seconds. So we might even see a 4-way battle for P5 with 4 minutes left, sorry, in this race. Redeemer, overshooting on Gert. He's going to lose a little bit of time there, but I'm sure he's desperately looking to get as many points as he can. Going to go back to our P5 battle. A little bit more space this time going into the triple apex. Nava has been doing a great job defending. Botch Gerbil looking to see if any mistakes will be made, but Nava hangs on. Ryan's also trying to push as he can, and Brembo with his second track limits penalty. And we have another. Nava gets a drive-through for track limits. Oh, Botch Gerbil is probably very happy to see that he will get a free position and round up the top 5, unless Ryan can look to make a move here. But catastrophe for the Lexus drivers, as Nava will most likely end up falling down to P12 where Brembo is and lose a lot of time. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I told you guys that this track doesn't disappoint for drama, and you've got it. Just very, very unfortunate for Nava, who's been having a very close battle here for P5, but will now be having to serve a drive-through. So, not what he wanted, and definitely not what I expected, but nonetheless, there will still be a battle here for P5 with Botch Durable and Ryan. We still have Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot now has fallen to P3, unfortunately, to TTM John. And we have another drive-through for BRL Skeppy. BRL Skeppy, that's his second one of the race. And now serving after Nava. So the Audi now will have two drivers outside the top 10. Oh, I'm lost for words. Oh, Botch Turbo making a mistake, but hangs on, and Ryan's gonna go through, trying to see where our two drivers will end up here. Sprightly has gone. Actually, Sprightly's still a little bit ways back, so Gucci Lucci's made his way through. Mr. Robot now 1.6 seconds behind the McLaren, and we have 39 seconds left in this second 45-minute second race. And I believe Wrath may be going for another lap here as he is going through the final turn and onto the main straight. So Mr. Robot probably struggled with the car.
Give it all you can.
But now he's leading to the final lap. Gonna try and hang on to that P3. Ryan still trying to make looking to make a move off Botch Gerbil. Currently in P5 after Nava has lost positions. Oh, actually all the way down to P8. And same thing for Skeppy. So I think Sprightly was actually further back than I thought, but... And Redeemer in the back here. Gonna try and see if he can make a move off Gert. Which is funny because they're back markers to Skeppy, but... Nonetheless, we will make our way back to our battle here for P5. BL Wrath now heading on the straight before the triple apex. So ending his second sector 1.4 seconds ahead of TTM John. And Robot now fallen 3 seconds from TTM John. So not what the Ferrari wanted in this race, but now Ryan has made it through to Botch Gerbil. So Botch Gerbil will have a final run to see if he can gain that place back, but he is trailing around a half a second, so it's going to be tough seeing into the final one, but BL Wrath will cross the line as the winner of race 2, and TTM John in P2 and P3 will round up our 3 podiums for race 2, with Robot ending in the 3rd position after a mistake or a controversial crash with TTM John in the triple apex that allowed BRL Wrath to go through. Ishigo finishing at P4. Ryan will hold on to P5. Gerbil P6. Gucci Lucci making his way around the last several turns and will take P7. Nava going through the final turn, looking to finish P8 after unfortunately getting a drive-through on the last couple laps. BRL Skeppy going to finish P9. Sprightly a little bit further behind, but gonna round up our grid here at Misano. So we will invite our top 3 drivers for post-race interviews. And hopefully have everybody here. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's our top three drivers. BRL Wrath finishing in first, TTM John in second, and Mr. Robot in P3. BRL Wrath, what a result. Did you actually expect you're going to go pull through on that one, or
Yo, man.
because that,
I was just,
well,
yeah, I don't know. I was just, trying to keep the car together and, just, push without crashing.
yeah, well, I mean, I didn't even know where you were there for a second, and then I just saw you pull through. But congratulations! I know you practiced a lot this week. Um, I mean, talk us through your first race as well. I mean, um, finishing in the top five there. I mean, it's definitely, I'm sure, what you wanted. But talk us through what you felt in the first race.
Yeah, so the first race, well, I qualified P2, so I was like, for the start, let's just keep the car clean and, let's not crash into anything. So let's just, not no damage. And then, yeah, I just tried to hold P2 and then yeah, from there on, I was just trying to keep my pace up without, going off anywhere and yeah, just focusing on consistency.
Right. Well, I'm sure you're happy to have one of these races here at Misano. We're going to go to Mr. Robot down to P3. Mr. Robot, talk us through what happened. You were leading the race from TTM John, and then a controversial incident with TTM John, but close battle for till the end there for P2. Obviously trying
Green
to
light,
catch up
green light,
to
go, go, go.
Wrath in first, but talk us through what your emotions were there. Yep. Yeah. Well, I heard from Ishigo on the last race that now you guys are even for Zolder. So yeah, it's a good way to call it. Well, I heartbreak. I know it's not easy to keep the lead and then just have an unfortunate event there. So, but I mean, still podium finish for the only Ferrari on the grid. So well done to you. And gonna move on to TTM John finishing in P2. So talk us through that incident. You just didn't really anticipate Mr. Robot breaking that early, or were you just kind of trying to get ahead a little bit?
Yeah, because I kind of had a feeling his tires were dying in some way, or they were getting lower in pressure. But I was so close behind him. It's kind of one of those things where it's like it's a blind fast corner, and it's like you're right behind somebody. And I kind of didn't
Yeah,
expect him to like break a little earlier than I thought, and I kind of just had no time to react, unfortunately. So, and
right. Yeah,
then
that was a pretty close. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, and then obviously, trust me, I will say nothing. That was not on purpose because I knew Wraith was behind me. It's just I didn't even know how far he was behind us. I thought he was like maybe 7 seconds behind us, but obviously he was just close enough to where I let Roa back through, and all of a sudden, hey, I'll just take the lead.
Yeah. Well, now it's two McLarens finishing P1 and P2 race two. Obviously, you guys are going to be looking at closing the gap with the Porsche. So, what are your thoughts for the next race at Silverstone?
It obviously that any British track in this game is a McLaren track basically. Silverstone, I've had
Yeah.
really good history with it, so I mean, hopefully I can get in the top two, top three, something like that. Maybe get a win again, and then hopefully Wraith and Garrett and even Brembo have hopefully back it up.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, you won the first race, almost winning the second. So McLaren looking fairly well compared to the Audi, but the Audi still have a huge margin of 458 points. So, but thanks again, TTM John, and congrats on the P2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that rounds up our sprint races here for Misano. Next week we will be in Silverstone for our what is going to be our first out of the last 5 races of the season, which will all be endurance races. So make sure to tune in for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a great evening and good night.